For now, the first tick is pretty strong, so 70 points higher on the Nifty. But really, all the action is in the Bank Nifty this morning. The Bank Nifty is up over 200 points, so let's keep it with that. The top gainers are Axis Bank, Indices Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI. Those are the banks which are batting for the bulls this morning. There's Adani Enterprises, Dr. Reddy's, HDFC Life, Hindalco, Bajaj Finance. There are a couple of other stocks that are in the green this morning. In fact, apart from TCS, surprise, TCS is in the red ahead of its earnings. There's Power Grid, Maruti, Britannia, a couple of other stocks that are in the red, but barely really flat with a bit of a negative bias there. Otherwise, the Nifty is really strong at the moment, almost gunning for that 19,800 mark. The Sensex is up 300 odd points. It's gotten off to the races really for the market, and almost a century in place for the Nifty. Advanced decline ratio also very, very healthy. Lots of stocks picking up pace now.
Well, that's right, Sonia. A few stocks that are particularly coming up on the radar with regard to high volumes. GMDC, that stock is up close to around 4%. Yesterday it was up close to around 20%. Peninsular Land, I remember the stock at around 10, 12, 13 rupees odd. Now it's moving towards 40 rupees. So big up move is what you're seeing on Peninsular Land. IDFC First Bank is another stock that's done pretty well this morning. So that as well opens up with a gain of close to around 2.5% or thereabouts. So that's another one that's moving quite well. On the flip side, as Sonia said, Bank of Baroda, well, that one's down close to 2.5%. That, in fact, is the lone one, actually, that's seeing some pressure. But Tata Chemicals is a stock that's flying away up 3.5%. Vodafone Idea as well up close to around 2.5%. And City Union Bank as well up close to around 2%. We're holding above the 20 DMA, 19,770, closer to around that 19,800 mark. The Nifty Bank as well up close to around 300 points. And the Nifty Bank, you wanted to get past this 44,650 to 44,700 odd mark, because that is a bit of a resistance zone. Prashant.
All right. Well, will we see a repeat of yesterday and then will the market keep going is the question. So far, it's too early, but we've got three-digit gains now, 19,790 on the index. Just a few other names before we go any further. So GMDC, I think, was locked up, limit up yesterday, 20%. It's up 3% this morning, and it's the largest volume traded gainer across the board. ITI is coming up on my screen as the second largest volume gainer, 4% there. Tata Chemicals is up about 4% this morning, 3,550 on Tata Chemicals. There is Suntec Realty. So the first real estate stock coming up on the screen, 5% higher. That was the big gainer. The index was up 4%, the real estate index, that is. GHCL, so soda ash, right? GHCL is a pure play. Tata Chemicals got other stuff as well, but GHCL is up 5%. And I mentioned Tata Chemicals, which is up 3.5%, 4% as well. There is Red Tape, which is up about 4%, 518, 519. What else? Shakti Pumps is up about 2%, above 200 rupees. We put out this Ugro Capital in terms of our top 10 list there, 5% this morning. Stocks are about, 286 right now. And GM Breweries, which I think sold off towards the end yesterday, is pulling back a little bit, but about 1%. But volumes are yet to pick up, so you'll have to give it a little bit more time and then take a look at things. Kalyan Jewelers is the new one into the mix. I just saw Kalyan appear with volumes. Maybe we can take a look at what that is doing. Jewelers all did very well. And Kalyan, of course, has doubled this year, 3% on Kalyan Jewelers. On the downside, I think Nigel and Sonia mentioned Bank of Baroda, 2.5% lower. And that's a stock we highlighted. We got you that perspective with an expert as well, but it's marginally lower. What else? Sobha is down about 1.5%. Some pullbacks. Prestige is down 1%. These are real estate companies which all went up 5-6% yesterday. 1% kind of drops. But nothing beyond that. I mean, nothing at all. I mean, 0.5%, 0.75%. So nothing really stands out on the downside. Market breadth for now is very strong. 1,700 stocks are higher and less than 200 stocks are lower to begin the day. So still holding with a 100-point gain on the Nifty.